Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I just want to address the background. Obviously you can see that I'm in a completely different location. Me and my mum have swapped rooms, so that is why my back wall is now navy. I know it is quite dark on camera, so I might be tempted to change my filming location. If you think it is too dark, please let me know, but for now, for this video, we're just gonna film here. Today's video is just a little catch up on how I've been getting on in my third trimester. I'm currently 31 weeks pregnant, so I have 9 weeks to go. My baby is due on the 24th of January. We're having a little boy, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and let's get started. So I put up a question box on Instagram and I actually got quite a few questions, so I'm gonna go through them now. Some of them are baby related and some of them are towards myself and my Joseph and my relationship, so I'm going to answer them all in this video. So the first question is, what has been the best pregnancy / birthing tip that I've gotten so far? So the best pregnancy tip that I've gotten so far, and it actually worked, was more so towards when in my first trimester, and that was for morning sickness, is to eat. I know it sounds so stupid, but because you're so nauseous, if you do get nausea from your first trimester, because you're so nauseous, you do forget to eat, and it's also the last thing that you want to do. However, I found eating in small amounts, really dry foods, actually helped my nausea a lot more than I thought it was going to. So if you are experiencing nausea in your first trimester, please just eat something small. 1, it gets your energy levels up. 2, it settles your stomach so you don't feel as nauseous, and 3, you're still eating because you need to eat to grow the baby. So yeah. Or the best birthing tip that I've got so far has been to really breathe through your contractions. So lately I've been getting Braxton Hicks contraction. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like your body preparing itself for labor, and I've been getting them quite often now. I'd say like 2 or 3 times a day. They come in waves, and people say they're not meant to be painful, but they are painful. Like they're painful. So I've been practicing through them, and it actually has mentally helped me get through them. They're still as painful, do not get me wrong, they are still so sore. However, they're easier to deal with because I'm focusing on my breathing and not the pain. So that has probably been the best birthing tip that I've gotten so far. So the next question is really random, but I'm assuming it's because of me being pregnant, and it is, are you and Joseph planning on getting married? Obviously me and Joseph are only 21, we'll be 22 by the time the baby is born. However, we don't have any plans on getting married anytime soon. I've told him until we are financially stable enough, like if we can plan a wedding and have a wedding within a year of us getting engaged, then that's when we are ready to get married. I just don't see the point in getting engaged when you don't have the financial like stability to actually get married. I think the thought is great, and you know, I know loads of people do long engagements, but I don't see the point of that personally. I think if you are planning on getting engaged, you want to get married pretty much as soon as possible, because that is the point of engagement, is to get married. Me and Joseph will not be getting married within the next 5 years. However, we do want to get married eventually. Obviously that's just way later down the line. We've got a baby to look after currently. So this one's actually an interesting one. Whoever sends these questions in, honestly, you've got such good questions. How has the baby interfered with yours and Joseph's career goals, and what are they? Honestly, because this baby wasn't planned, and because myself and Joseph are in a like time in our lives where we're still unsure on what we want to do, neither of us have had our career goals affected. Because, well, for me, I can only speak for myself because obviously Joseph's not here, but my career goals weren't affected whatsoever because I'm kind of in limbo about what I want to do. In terms of Joseph's, I think if anything, this baby has pushed him a little bit more to want to get to where he wants to be. Obviously I'm not going to speak for him, but I know it's put a lot of drive in him. He's already had drive, but obviously when you don't have a baby and you don't have anything like financially holding you down, you know, you can kind of like potter along, do it at your own pace. But now that we're having a baby, it's kind of pushed him a little bit more. What are both of your best traits that you hope the baby inherits? Babies are all born the same. Is what you teach them that gets their personality traits to where they are going to be, if that makes sense. So like, I can either teach my child to be a good person or a bad person, and they're going to do it based on what I've told them, because, you know, you do as your parents say. But if we're talking like if the baby was to come out and it was have a personality straight away, what are some of the traits that we'd love it to have? Out of Joseph's, his best traits are how kind, loving, caring, trusting, trustworthy he is. Like those traits I want our baby to have. He's also a very grounded person. That is another thing that I really hope our baby gets from him. He is such a grounded person. He's able to stabilize me. He just has such calming energy about him. So that is probably one of the best traits about him that I want our baby to have. It's just basically his personality. If our baby comes out like Joseph, I will be forever grateful. And out of mine, I don't really know. See, I would say how like hardworking and driven, but then that's also Joseph. So I'm gonna say for Joseph it's just how calm, loving, kind, caring, selfless, trusting, trustworthy he is. And for me, I'm gonna come out with work ethic, even though Joseph's work ethic is also insane. And then what is one trait that you don't want your baby to get from the both of you? We have talked about this before because me and Joseph were like, what like is something that irks the both of us. And both of us are very stubborn people, like very stubborn people, and not towards each other but just in terms of if we want something done, we ask someone else to do it and it's not done, then that we're like, it's fine, I'll just do it myself. So I really hope that our baby doesn't get that, because the both of us are so bad for that. So the next question is, how has pregnancy affected your body confidence? If you are one of my friends, you will know I have worried a lot about my body pre, during and post baby. I have been blessed and touch wood in every aspect that my body continues to do what it's doing. I don't have any stretch marks. I don't have that linear line that people talk about on their belly. I haven't gained weight anywhere else. Like, I'm very neat. It is just my bump, and then obviously my boobs have grown. But honestly, it hasn't affected my body confidence that much. I'm more worried about it after pregnancy than I am during. During, you cannot control how you look like, and obviously after you can't either. And obviously it shouldn't matter because you've grown a baby. You know, your body's gone through something for 9 months, so you can't expect it to bounce back the minute you give birth. I am such a person that has always struggled with body confidence issues in general, so my worry after birth is my body. And I do think that I will struggle a little bit. I'm sure everyone does, but I'm going to work hard to get myself back to the gym and back doing everything that I was doing beforehand. Like, I was talking to Joseph about this because I'm also the type of person where I want to also look good for him. I just know that like some people are not going to be happy with like any of my answers to these, but I'd be more worried about like what he's thinking. And like, we've had this discussion, me and him, where it's like, he's like, Leah, I don't give a shit, you've just grown a baby. Like, you've just grown a baby. Your body has literally grown like an entire human. Like, it's irrelevant. Like, we have a family now. It's reassured me a lot. So far so good. During pregnancy I've been okay. I'm kind of just taking it day by day, and to be honest, I don't really think about it. I'm more interested to see how my body's gonna bounce back after, because I'm actually quite small for being 30 weeks pregnant. Like, compared to other people, I'm very, very small for being 30 weeks pregnant, and I don't know how I'm gonna look after, but we'll get to that eventually. Okay, so this one is going to be quite a touchy subject, so if you are someone who doesn't like, you know, talking about adoption, abortion, that kind of thing, maybe skip past this question. The question is, were you ever considering not having the baby, and why? Just curious, with you being so young and still growing up. Without, you know, putting it in a political way, this baby was always going to be coming home with me at the end of the day. Adoption wasn't an option for me. Abortion definitely wasn't an option for me. I'm only speaking personally here. I don't think that I would have been able to mentally cope if I had chosen any other option but to have this baby and take this baby home with me. Obviously everyone other circumstances are different, so speaking personally for me, and I'll leave it at this, neither of those was ever an option, nor will they ever be an option. I chose to essentially get pregnant, and that is the cost of having sex, essentially, is having a baby. And you know, I knew that going in, and that's all I'm gonna say now. I don't know how to put it without people jumping down my throat. It was my choice to have sex, therefore it is my responsibility to either go to the lengths that you do go to use protection, or you know, the consequence of having sex is having a baby. That is not this baby's fault, that is my fault. And I'm not saying fault as in a bad thing, I'm just saying fault as in the outcome of it. So yeah, that's where I'm standing on that. I'm not saying anything more on it. Again, I'm talking strictly about myself. You know, if you have different opinion or if you have different views, that is perfectly fine. I never judge anyone else for doing what they want to do. I'm just speaking on myself. Have your cravings changed? Yes, my cravings have changed so much. I currently no longer want salty things. I am all about chocolate at the moment, especially white chocolate. White chocolate is my addiction at the moment. I don't know if this is a craving, but I have been obsessed with cleaning, deep cleaning, like cleaning products. I want to eat cleaning products. I don't physically eat them, I want to eat them, but I don't actually eat them. I deep clean like at least once a day, something. It's really strange because people call it nesting, but I probably have been nesting from about 14 weeks. My obsession with deep cleaning is actually just like, it's extreme. Like I'll be on TikTok at night and I'll literally search up like sink cleaner, deep clean of bathroom, or deep clean of kitchen, and I just sit there and I just watch them for hours. I don't know if that's a craving though. A turn off though, like I know that wasn't the question, but I've not wanted chips, like fries, chips, that kind of thing. That disgust me. And also just meals in general. I've been loving breakfast, but lunch and dinner is actually like, ugh, I've no interest in it. I'm gonna answer the ones that even aren't baby related. So this one is not baby related, but what's the worst piece of hate you received over YouTube and how did you respond? So this is actually really funny. It amuses me that people have this much time on their hands. Recently I was up really late. I think I had like the baby was kicking or something, and I was up really late and I couldn't get to sleep, and a notification popped up on my YouTube from a person who had made an account 2 minutes before they commented this comment on my YouTube. So one, it must be someone that knows me, because what are the chances of them finding my video 2 minutes after they make an account? But it also means they didn't even watch the video, because there's no way between the 2 minutes you joined and the minute you commented you watched the entire video, because my videos aren't 2 minutes long. But this person commented something very specific. I actually screenshot it because I actually found it very amusing. They go, "Is she boring or just not creative / talented? Hashtag peaked in secondary school." The funny part is about this is they must know me, and if they do, it's a very sad life that they live. But I know they're Irish because of their name. They put an Irish name, and it was funny because without blocking their thing, I don't know if you can see in the corner, the time that I screenshotted that. So that was at 12:15 at night. I actually just realized this was on the same video, so I deleted her comment because I'm just like, effort. So she comments again and she goes, "It's giving privileged life and nothing there." So this is on my November B&M haul. Again, I have the comments deleted, so you won't be able to find them. This was at, what time she commented this at? 4:45 in the morning. It's giving privileged life. A B&M haul that I paid for with my own money, that I've worked for, that I work 5 days a week for, that, you know, I have started at the bottom and I'm working my way up. If that's what a privileged life is, then I will happily take it, because I worked hard for the money that I get. It's amusing. It's just amusing when you just know it's someone that knows you. So the next question is, what plans are you saddest to give up or put on hold with the baby? Honestly, we were talking about this the other day, myself and Joseph, and the plans that we're saddest, like most sad to give up, is just spending time with just the two of us. I know that sounds so stupid, and again, it's something that just comes with a baby. And obviously we will organize date nights and we'll organize, you know, just time for the both of us. But yeah, that's kind of like the main thing, and probably just holidays alone together, and not being able to just go on holidays whenever we want without organizing like childcare. Myself and Joseph have only been on one holiday alone together, and that was to Amsterdam, and we had the most amazing time ever. It does make me sad, but I am excited to finally have another little friend to bring along to each and every holiday. We want to bring our baby to like all the places we've traveled to before. They're the two things, spending alone time together but also going on holidays together. That's the part we're gonna miss the most. So another question is, how is the baby going to interfere with your college / Joseph's college? So if you don't know, myself and Joseph, both of us left college after COVID hit. Everything was online, and being a law student online, it was never gonna happen. He left first, and I think like maybe like 2 months later I said and gone to be honest, I wasn't loving the course. I was kind of just sticking it out just to stick it out. Law was never going to be the route that I was going to go down. It was sad because the time that we did have in college we really enjoyed, but then going online and doing law was just too hard. We didn't have access to all the books on the online library as we did as the physical library, so the baby's not going to interfere with college whatsoever. Are you going public or private? So this is actually an interesting question because I was actually originally going private, and then I had a phone call from a midwife and she was like, hey, just want to confirm, like, you have it down that you're going private. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, my insurance and everything. I was like, we're gonna go private. And then she was reading me out the benefits of public and private, and there actually is much difference between public and private, and you're spending so much money going private, even semi-private, that we were like, fuck it, we'll just go public. So we're now public. I think the benefits between the both were, obviously you see the same consultant every single time you go. However, with me being public, I have seen the same doctor continuously, which is so strange. And then the other benefit was obviously a private ward where applicable for after you give birth. Realistically, providing we have a good birth, again, touch wood, we will, that there wasn't much benefits to being private, to be honest. So we decided to stay public, and we're both very happy we did. So this one, I was waiting for it to come up and I didn't know if it was, and it has. And the question is, why was there no baby stuff in your Christmas wish list? And the reason there was no baby stuff in my Christmas wish list was because this Saturday actually is my baby shower. My best friend Nicole, she is organising it, as well as my mum, and we already knew that people were getting us baby stuff for the baby shower, which we are so grateful for. We weren't expecting people to get us anything, but people have been very, very good and have gotten us some bits. So the reason I didn't have any baby stuff in my Christmas wish list is because, one, people have already gotten us so much already for the baby, but two, I don't know what people have gotten us, so I couldn't put anything into my Christmas wish list because I didn't know if it was already gotten. So that is why there is no baby stuff in my Christmas wish list. So the next question is, you've talked about how anxiety has controlled your life, i.e. driving and food. How will you handle it with the baby? So I've been quite lucky that my anxiety hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. I get anxiety about pregnancy and I get anxiety about the thought of having a baby. I had a really, God bless Joseph, a really bad like panic attack, like really bad anxiety fit one night. I just got so overwhelmed with work and stress, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was worried about just so many things. And I was on the phone to Joseph and he had rang me, he was like, oh, I miss you, I just want to chat to you. And then that poor man was stuck on the phone with me for like 2 hours while I'm in hysterics crying. So I have had 1 or 2 episodes of that, and I've once I got it out of me, I was okay, and I'm okay now. But it has been a struggle because, especially because this wasn't planned, you have now to flip your life upside down and get everything ready in such a short amount of time, and it is a short amount of time. I've been struggling, but not too much. I'm hoping once the baby's here, and once we get into a routine, not even with sleep, but just a routine of like a day to day, I think I'll feel a lot better and a lot more secure. So the next question is, have you gone to your doctor about your skin yet? Right, so for a really bad skin condition, and I had a really bad flare up last winter, and actually since I've got pregnant, I have not had a really bad flare up, touch wood, again, that it continues to be that way. I still get it on my arms here and here, but everywhere else on my body I haven't got a flare up. Now it is still quite warm in Ireland, like it's quite mild, and obviously my flare ups come from when I go from really cold outside into like warm inside, but so far so good. So I've not been to the doctors, and when this baby is done, I'm going to go on to a set. This baby's done, this baby's born, I'm to go on to a set of antibiotics for 6 weeks that the skin specialist consultant, what are they called, dermatologist, has said I need to go on, just clear out any infections that are left in my body, because that a lot of the time is what causes my skin condition, is a virus or infection that hasn't fully been cleared up. It's been cleared up to the point that you no longer have symptoms, but it's still attacking your body, and that's why I'm getting those flare-ups. So I'm going onto a set of antibiotics 6 weeks after baby's born. I'll probably leave it like a month or two, and he's gonna put me on them, and I should be, hopefully, touch wood again, skin condition free. So yeah, so this one again, I was waiting for it to come up, and it has, and it's, why have you not been posting any pregnancy photos? And the answer is because I've not taken any. Would you believe I've not taken any pregnancy bump nothing photos? I think I've taken 2, and since then I've not taken 1. This was part of the reason why I had like that anxiety attack a couple of weeks ago. I've just not been able to process being pregnant. I've been able to in terms of like, you know, I'm getting stuff ready and I'm like thinking about it, and you know, we're having a baby shower, and you know he's coming soon, but I've actually not been able to process that I'm having a baby. So I've not been able to take photos of myself because I don't recognize myself. So that is why there's been no pregnancy bump photos. If you are that person that is also feeling that way, that is okay. I'm with you on it because I'm still not convinced. I know I'm pregnant, but my brain hasn't been able to figure it out yet. Okay, so the next question is, where did you find your info on hospital and doctors for giving birth? I am going to, should I say this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to Holles Street for Subnational Maternity Hospital as my hospital of choice. And the reason I picked that is because so many of my family have been born in Holles Street, and it's what I knew, it's what I knew of, it's what my family knew of, so that's why I picked it. And in terms of doctors and giving birth, you don't have a choice unless you're private, like I said, and even then you're limited. That is why I picked it. There is literally no other reason. I didn't do any research into any other ones. I know Joe's family, I think he said they were all born in the Coombe, and he wants me to like think about it for our next pregnancy. So yeah, that is why I picked Holles Street. There's literally no other reason other than my family. Probably not the best idea. I should probably have researched a little bit more, but when you are on a time crunch, no idea. So this one I didn't know how to answer, because again, people are gonna be like, she's lying. What's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome in your relationship? Genuinely, I don't know. Mine and Joseph's relationship couldn't be any better, even if it tried. We are very, very, very open with our communication. We're very, very open with what we like and dislike, so we never ever have anything to overcome, because it gets dealt with before it becomes a situation that you need to overcome. I think the one, I don't know if people know this, but me and Joseph actually broke up. So we got together when we were 16, broke up when we were 17, and then got back together when we were 18, and now we are turning 22, so we are 4 years together from when we got back together in May. So I'd say the only thing that we've had to overcome is that breakup, but we did, and we're here. So we honestly just don't have arguments. So sorry, I can't give you any tea. And then final question is, do you wish you waited until you found yourself first before having a baby? As in, do we wish we had waited longer? And the answer is yes. Again, I think I've said it in a previous video, if it was our choice, we wouldn't have had a baby so young. We would have waited until our like late 20s. We did want children before we were 30, but we didn't mean this young. And I think I accidentally manifested this, because I think I've said this before, but I have a vision board on my laptop of like the next 10 years, a vision board, and on it was being pregnant. But I didn't specify on the vision board that that was 10 years and not 1. So yeah, look, everything happens for a reason, and that's what both myself and him have said. Everything happens for a reason. You know, we were blessed to get pregnant so easily, and we were also blessed to get pregnant so young, because it also means that by the time our children are 18, we are still young enough to go and enjoy life. And you know, although we could have done a lot more before getting pregnant, we're still going to be able to do a lot like after our baby is 18. I'm very, very excited, and like I said, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, nothing you can do now. We're having a baby in 2 months. Joseph's brother, who, if you don't know, is the godfather. I don't think I've said godparents, and I actually can't tell you who the godmother is yet because I haven't actually asked her. But the lovely godfather, who is Joseph's brother, wants to know, can you tell us all who the sexy godfather is going to be? So Christopher, you're going to hate this. I'm actually going to slap your photo up on screen now. So this is our baby's godfather. This is Joseph's brother. Won't be doing that again, will ya? Soon you will find out who the godmother of our baby is, which I'm so excited about, and I'm just so excited. She is going to be the absolute best godmother in the entire world, and I just know she's gonna be so happy. But anyways, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you get notification every single time that I upload. Just a little chit chat. I will do one more Q&A before I give birth, probably like 2 weeks before my due date. So if you have any other questions, maybe save them or write them down below and I will either get back to you or I'll pop it in the next Q&A. I know this has been a long one, but there has been a lot of questions, and I really appreciate it because it's nice to know that so many people are interested in it. I think it's because, especially because we're so young, that people are very intrigued as to how we're handling this and how, you know, we're going through this. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.